Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. So today I want to present you the Chikugo, and that is an interesting ship to kind of have a look at. I will come to this back in just a moment. Before that, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the recent experience over the course of the last few days. And that has to do with War Thunder in general. It's not complaining, it's just that I didn't really feel like playing it. I played a few rounds here and there, grinded a few silver lines, but there is nothing left to do. And if in a free-to-play title there is nothing left to do, then that's a bad thing. And I am not talking here about that I have nothing left to grind. I just don't feel like playing top tier, and I think that is a not so great gameplay design decision. As a result, I fired up World of Warships after a little talk to Drakenifel, and then I just made this World of Warships game of my year so far, which was in the Großer Kurfürst, 290k damage. And I also sent the replay to Jingles, not really expecting him to feature me once more, but in fact he did, and that just made my day. The feeling, though, was not as exciting as the first time he featured me in my 82 Skyraider, but nonetheless, it is a great achievement and it just puts a smile on my face. Which is something that me, as a chairman, is something rather rare experiencing, right? So much for that. Now let's talk about the Chikugo, shall we? The Chikugo is a very interesting subchaser at battle rating 3.7 at the end of rank 2. What I mean by this is that the progression in naval forces is a little bit different than for aviation, helicopters or army. And that means you not just only have a vertical research line from the top to the bottom of the tech tree, if you will, and so you climb up the ranks. It's also that you have to go from the very left to the very right, so you have also a horizontal research line, and in that line obviously you have kind of the same classes of ships. You have motor gunboats, patrol boats, armored gunboats, subchasers, motor torpedo boats, etc. All those things. I just talk them together to patrol boats. That's what they is. They are well, effectively not as good as destroyers, which then make up rank 3, and at rank 4 we get cruisers. But when you go from the left to the right of the tech tree, the ships become more and more powerful. And so the Chikugo also has a very interesting research cost price. First of all, it costs you to unlock 220,000 RP. 220,000 RP for a battle rating 3.7 subchaser. That is hefty. Just to put this into perspective, for the Soviet army we have at battle rating 9.3 the Sturm S, which is an anti-tank missile carrier, and that costs 250,000 RP to, well, unlock. Then the next thing is the price of purchase. For the Sturm S, it is 690,000 silver lines as a tank at rank 6 at battle rating 9.3. For the Chikugo, as a 3.7 ship, it is 610,000 silver lines just to unlock it and then to purchase it. And then it's completely stopped. Oof. Really oof. And so the question is already, is it worth it? Is it paying it off? Well, in the background you can see me slaughtering here patrol boats left, right and center. 7 kills already. I'm the man. Well, not really, because it plays together with the overall experience. And that is that with a battle rating of 3.7, you either face the 4.7 destroyers, such as the Akizuki and the Z-32 with cruiser guns, or the USS Sumner or Summers, both versions of them actually, and they just leave you no chance to it. That's just how it is, and you get ruffle stomped, and very often you spawn and you are directly exposed to destroyer fire. That is disastrous. That is absolutely, well, there is nothing that I can say about it. It's absolute garbage. That's what it is. As well as it is garbage to fire with this twin 3-inch autoloader turret to fire at battle rating 2.7 patrol boats. They stand absolutely no chance. So it depends on the matchmaker if you club or if you get clubbed. And your skill, your input and effort is pointless. That's what it is. So the ship is not really absolutely bad. It has good points and bad points. But when you come across a thing like a Project 159 or a Project 206 or a Type 143 Albatross, then you are effectively dead. You don't have the same magnitude of firepower, although it's not really terribly bad, don't get me wrong. But in contrast, just to give you a comparison, it doesn't stand up to this. That's just how it is. And for 220,000 RP, for them to invest a further 610,000 silver lines just to get this experience, oh boy. Oh, but it has an LCS twin 40mm Bofors L60 gun mounting in the back. Yes, it has it, and it's great, but that just doesn't really save the ship. Even that metal box that in the future can launch rockets or missiles will not save it. It is rather a further, you know, downhill racing of War Thunder naval forces at the moment. The torpedoes are also in some funny triple launchers. And let's then briefly talk about the ammunition for the main 3-inch gun turret, which is pretty fun because there is a lot of distinction. First of all, the stock HE shell. It contains 500 grams or half a kilo of TNT, and that deals a lot of damage to patrol boats. But it very, very quickly sees its limitations versus destroyers. For that, if the destroyers have armor or you want to go for their magazines, you have the 76mm APAG, and that is not bad as a rank 1 upgrade. But the penetration is not the greatest, but you don't really need that much penetration. TNT equivalent filling of 64 grams, not that great, but the rate of fire can make up for it. And then as the third shell, we have a tier 2 upgrade, and that is the 76mm HEVT or proximity fuse high explosive flux shell. It has less TNT filler, but it has the better fuse. So the TNT filler goes down to 353 grams. That's not really that bad, but it just doesn't have the same punch as the stock HE shell. The bad thing for this ship is that you only can select 2 ammo types. And then switching the ammunition costs you like 10 seconds. And that can be an awful long time if you, with the normal shells, would be only able to punch, to dish out a twin salvo every second. So just to put things into perspective, if this battle looks uneventful, if this battle looks boring, if it just looks like I'm slaughtering patrol boat bots left, right and center, then you are absolutely right, because that's what's going on. And the sad news is that this was the best match that I could deliver. I could implement here more and more footage of stuff where I was spawn camped immediately by destroyers, where enemy patrol boats outgunned me and just damaged my front turret, and I couldn't fire back at all because of the limited amount of guns, where a K2 was just an impenetrable force with the HE shells, and just gunned me down in a few salvos because the ship is really, really fragile. And then on the other hand, you have this 3-inch autogun front turret that, if you can fire unmolested, deals such heavy damage. And it just shows the compression. And that's where I haven't even really touched the economy in terms of civilian and RP gain, where I talked about the game modes where it's only capping points, before I talked about the overall balance and the map design, which is disastrously bad. You see that this ship is just pointless to get. Can I recommend it? Is this something that I want you to have fun in with? Well, I want you to have fun, but I don't expect you to have fun in it. So that's the case. So now I just secured my double A's and another plane is coming in. Let's see if we can get some more kills. I'm down to 4%. This is why I was hiding here behind this island, and that is better than no cover at all. But effectively what I'm doing here is already spawn camping, and spawn camping from the capture zone, from the objective, the enemy team. That ain't fun for both sides, you know, at least from my perspective. So when it comes to the final conclusion, I think it's hilarious how naval forces are implemented. I am absolutely not against patrol boats. I love patrol boats, but the clash of technology, the clash of battle performance, and the ridiculous performance that you gain by just investing 220,000 RP compared to equal battle rating normal patrol boats, if you will, it's just way too... It's way over the top. It's way off the scale, that's what I want to say. And no wonder a lot of people just play this, think it's garbage, and stop playing. That's terrible, terrible player retention. It's not fun, it's not historically accurate, it's not balanced, it is just trash. And despite all the bad things, I managed to pull off a survivor with 10 ship kills and 2 plane kills. Let's have a quick look at what this brought us. And yep, there we are, 77,000 civilians, and 20% of this goes to the Terror of the Sea and also to the Survivor Award, and then 7,700 vehicle research points. Yep, that's the result. So make up your own mind what you think about this. I think that this is overall a terrible situation to find myself in as a content creator. And that's it for me today. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video nevertheless. Please give it a like, give it a subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the waves of War Thunder.